What's up, guys? This is Jason, aka Captain Nasty, coming back at you from my gym here at the house. Now, you guys know I've been home for a few days now trying to get ready for Christmas. We've been shopping. It's been a hardcore spending that money. Our wallets are fucking smoking. Just wanted to get back to you with a quick video. And yeah, we're going to try to make it quicker, more focused, trying to make something that can be really scary and complicated, simple and easy. Today we're going to talk about carbohydrates. Here we go. All right, guys, here we go. Back to the whiteboard. You know, I like to draw things out. It makes it a lot easier for me to understand, so I cannot be that unique. All right, here we go, guys. Carbohydrates make something complicated or seeming scary made as easy and simple as possible. Everybody knows carbohydrates, okay? There are many other technical words that can be really interchangeable here. We have carbohydrates, which is sugar or glucose once it's converted inside the body. Any kind of carbohydrate or sugar is converted into glucose inside your body. It goes into the bloodstream as glucose, and when it's stored in the muscle, it is then called glycogen. I want to go over these words. It's basically all sugar, okay? Once you eat that carbohydrate, we all know bread, chips, you also get carbohydrates from your vegetables, your beans, all these type of things that you normally think about, your table sugar. It all comes down to carbs, sugar, which turns into glucose. Once it's stored inside the muscle cell, remember, your muscles are like a sponge. They can store sugar, store energy. Once it's inside the muscle, it's then called glycogen, but because it has a different molecular structure. Okay, now a lot of times you're going to hear these highly technical terms like monosaccharide, disaccharide, trisaccharide, and a polysaccharide. Really, this is talking about sugar on a molecular level. You hear people talk about simple sugars and simple carbohydrates and complex carbohydrates. Okay, now I'm hoping you all can see this board. We have monosaccharide, a disaccharide, trisaccharide, and your polysaccharide. Now, the most basic way to describe it is a monosaccharide is a single cell, a single single molecule. Mono meaning one, a di is two molecules together, which is two. A tri, of course, is three. Now, a poly is 10 or more. There, where you may have heard that your complex carbohydrates are like in a chain, it's because of the way the molecular structure is put together. It's kind of like this. It's just a visual representation. 10 or more molecules in a chain. Now, if you see it drawn out this way, it might be a little bit easier for you to understand, because simple sugars or simple carbohydrates, it's because of the molecular structure. Remember, your body can only deal with one molecule at a time. So if you think of your monosaccharide, your really simple sugars, table sugar is a disaccharide, so that's two put together. So if you would think about it on the most simplest terms, is like a big jug of BBs you might get at the Walmart store or somewhere. It's a bunch of you could have thousands in that jug. Think of usually it's going to be a liquid, normally a liquid. So that can be taken up into your body, into your bloodstream immediately, just like nitroglycerin or something like that. Same way here, your disaccharide, it's only two molecules put together. Your body can break those apart really quick. So if you throw a bunch of two molecules, let's say if you stuck two BBs together and it was just paired two together and threw them in, it's still pretty goddamn fast. And the same principle here with your trisaccharide. It doesn't take much for your body to break that down. Now, when you hear about the complex carbohydrates, this is where you get this long chain that your body has to break each one of these off one at a time to deal with it. So it's a much slower release into the bloodstream. Now, what are we talking about here? Simple sugars. We're talking about the obvious things: your table sugar, your candy, your Cokes, your sugary drinks. Think about also on a level of the first step in digestion of carbohydrates is the saliva in your mouth. If it melts in your mouth, it's a simple sugar. It's going to cause a huge spike in your blood sugar level. as opposed to, say, a stick of celery, your leafy greens like spinach, cabbage, lettuce, okay, your whole wheats, even your potato, a raw potato. Think of raw plants, unrefined in any way whatsoever, something that you've grown out of, or whoever you got from the produce section, something that was grown in its natural state. Okay, when you hear about things that are highly refined, that means they've gone through a processing and it's broken these molecules down, and now there's simple carbohydrates or simple sugars. Now, are there any X factor to this? You know, you always say that carbohydrates themselves are not bad, okay? Carbohydrates are not bad. It really comes down to how much of them you eat, which one of these you're eating at what time and what amount. And really, what it really boils down to is how fast your body digests those. And that's why you always want to stick to your complex carbohydrates at all costs if you can. Now, is there an X factor? Of course. You're always going to hear me say never eat carbohydrates by themselves, because if you have a complex carbohydrate and then you couple that, you're also eating a portion of protein, it slows down the digestion of the carbohydrate. Or say you're eating a carbohydrate source like a potato or a rice, but you also have another source which is a vegetable, a highly fibrous. The fiber content in that vegetable or leafy green will also then again slow down the digestion right here. Now, where does this go in the grand scheme of things? Again, it comes down to the rate of digestion, which affects how quickly your body takes it up into the bloodstream. Now, your body wants to keep your blood sugar level at 110. Anything above that, it's going to try to take that out, that extra added sugar out of your bloodstream. There's only really 4 storage sites. Okay, if you consider your bloodstream itself as one, okay, that's one, but it can't be over 110 on your blood glucose level. Secondly would be your liver. Third would be your muscle cells. Remember I said your muscle can store sugar, store energy. And fourth is going to be, you got it, that long-term storage, fat storage. So at the grand scheme of things, how do you pull all this together, guys? Okay, if you're not a very active person, you haven't been burning off that sugar inside your muscle, you haven't been burning off that sugar inside the liver, then you eat, or you say, let's say you drink a Coke, it floods your body with blood sugar. Your body wants to take that blood sugar, that excess out of the blood, because it only wants to be at 110. It's going to try to go to the liver. You're not a very active person, so the liver is already full, it can't store anymore, so it's going to try to take it to muscle. Again, you're not very active, you're sedentary, so the muscle is already full, it can't hold anymore, and then you got it, it's going to go to fat stores. So hey guys, if you have any questions, shoot me an email, drop it in my comments, text me, call me, something. I hope this has helped. We did get a little bit quicker here, guys. Thanks for listening.